Yeah, I mean, just terrible news coming out of the Vikings camp. JJ McCarthy out for the season. It's only I think it might be actually be the first time ever that a first round rookie quarterback is out for the season before playing a single snap. Obviously sucks. They spent a very high draft pick on him, top 10 draft pick. I mean, he was supposed to be the next big thing in Minnesota, but it goes to show. It goes to show why you can't. Not everything is going to be a sure bet. There's so much uncertainty in this league. Perhaps moving on from Kirk Cousins was not the right move. I think Kirk Cousins right now is thinking to himself, wow, this is ironic because they didn't want me, and now they're stuck with Sam Darnold. Now, I'm not saying Sam Darnold is a terrible quarterback, but we've seen this thing before, right? First round quarterback struggles for the first 3-4 years of his career. He took a year off as a backup. He went to San Francisco last year, didn't play. So he's now in year 6, right? 3 years with the Jets. Then he had that weird year with the Panthers when he started like half their games. Then he goes to San Francisco and sits on the bench. Now this is his last chance. I mean, this is Sam Darnold's last chance. And he kind of lucked into it because he was supposed to be backing up / mentoring JJ McCarthy. You know, he was maybe going to start the first few games, but it was never Sam Darnold's job long term. But the track record for quarterbacks who get benched, then sit for a couple years, and then come back and start is not that good. And that's the big thing that we need to focus on here. You know, and we've seen it before. We've seen Teddy Bridgewater do it, right? He wasn't all that good, right? He got benched. He came back. He was a backup. Then he started. Just wasn't great, right? I mean, Deshaun Watson took a year off, not because he was a backup, but because of his whole sexual assault case. Comes back, not really the same guy. And there are a lot of cases. You know, guys like Ryan Tannehill, guys like Sam Bradford, guys like Marcus Mariota last year. It's always a bit shocking to me when teams willingly look at a player and say, well, Mariota got benched by the Titans, but we think he can start in Atlanta, right? Well, Tannehill got benched by the Dolphins, but we think he can start in Tennessee. You know, like, and sure, Tannehill had the most success out of any of those guys. He stuck around, but Mariota didn't, right? Sam Bradford, you know, he was with Minnesota. He started a year with the Rams, just wasn't any good, right? There's so many cases of this happening. Nick Foles, it happened a couple times to him. Carson Wentz, it happened to. So many cases of guys that they get benched, they sit a couple years, maybe only 1 year, then they get asked to come off the bench. And it's not like a Geno Smith thing where he's like had like 8 years on the bench. It's like, no, 1 or 2 years off the bench, come back, and it never works out. It very rarely does it work out. And I don't think it'll work out for Sam Darnold because, again, I don't think he's all that good. You know, I've seen him in New York. I've seen him in Carolina. Neither was he impressive. So chances are the Vikings are now clearly the favorites to finish last in their division. And it's a tough division. It's not an easy division. Right? Because Chicago's going to be better with Caleb. The Packers and Lions were playoff teams. So they potentially, you're looking at a 3-way race for the top level, right? Like the number 1 seed or the top seed in the NFC North is going to be probably a 3-way battle. Maybe I give the Bears too much credit, but I don't know. I think they'll be good. But either way, if you had the Vikings being competitive in 2024 on your bingo card, perhaps not anymore.